What area of Pahrump do you live in? North, east, west, south, or what?
We came in when Mr. Hafen was developing Artesia, and there wasn't much else out there. This was before Mountain Falls came in, and we came from a background, my husband and I, of seeking out rural communities to live in. That's where our heart is, that's where we feel our soul is to live in a space and in a community that offers a freedom to have space around you. We both left city life because that wasn't comfortable for us any longer. With that experience that we had, we owned 12 acres of land, which is a challenge when you get to an age where you really want to divest and have less responsibility in caretaking of property. We wanted really to have the feel of space, but we wanted within the constraints of can we have a home that would give us some space but also be easy to take care of. We traveled, as I said, all over the country looking for places to live. And when we found Artesia, it offered us many of the amenities that we were looking for, which is some place to put our RV, some place to have space around us, and an ability to develop that space in a way that we didn't have to take care of it. The landscaping could be desert. We love cactus. We love our rock gardens. So we have the ability to live now in a community that offers many of the things we seek.
Well, let me ask you something more bread and buttery for us people here that live in Pahrump, and that's roads. I'll cite Homestead. Chug holes, bumps, lousy road. All I hear is they're going to fix it. And then Pahrump Valley Boulevard, which I travel a lot, it's got the same kind of thing. And I also know, particularly in the northern area, it seems to me, just from my vantage point, is still a lot of gravel roads out in the residential areas. That's people are waiting to get what do you call it, chip seal, I think it was. And so what's your viewpoint about getting the town's roads drivable so I don't have to tear up my car to go to Walmart?
One of the reasons you asked me why I'm running for a town board seat.
Yes, I did.
And what I saw was that there are so many of those issues, and I wanted to find out about them myself.
What did you find out?
Before I came up with kind of an emotional reaction of saying, darn those people up there, why don't they take care of these problems? Because believe me, I've traveled I traveled Cass Road, I've traveled Mance, I had a Jeep for a long time, and that was a ride that was really interesting when we went over some of those holes and the roads that you mentioned. But what I found out in my fact finding and in being able to really see where the responsibilities lie and also what can be done about it is that in our community here and in our state, there's a method of decision making that sometimes gets lost in that discourse of how and who and what needs to be done. So what I found out is that it's not the town that really has jurisdiction over our roads. The county has that jurisdiction. They are the ones that make the decision. And if it's not the county making those decisions through the capital improvement methods that they use, their committees and advisory boards, it's through the Nevada Department of Transportation. So those two entities really are the decision-making place and the place where citizens need to get involved and be able to reach into those decision-making policy sitting boards and say, look, what about my street? What about my road? And talk in a concrete way with them about how to really operate within their jurisdictions and get decisions made to impact and favor Pahrump?
Well, yeah, you talk about citizens getting involved with groups like that and so forth. I'm just Joe Blow. I got no juice whatsoever. But if you're sitting on the town board, why can't the town board take an active role and stir up a little controversy or whatever you want to call it to get the roads fixed and so I don't have all this dust floating on my wife's house and so on from the street outside.
Absolutely. And that's where I see that public-private partnership and a collaborative effort that is lacking in our community. We need a leadership in place that will bring the ability to do the planning that needs to be done, the collaboration with the entities that are responsible, and to bring it into a way that we can do it innovatively with the limited resources that are available now, and where government doesn't have to have all the answers and the responsibilities, that we as a community, we as citizens, and we as a town board can work together. We as a county, as a state, there's many roads and paths that cross in getting things done, and the more diverse we are in the ability to do those things, as far as diverse being people involved in it, communicating with each other, things can then be done in a way that brings attention to the issues and aspirations that you would have. For instance, you mentioned Homestead Road.